The faces of Guatemala are as varied as its landscapes. From the Sierra Madres to the bustling market squares to the rural villages nestled far from the city. Everyone and everything has a name. Every person has an expression. Sadly, many of the children don't have a smile, or at least one they're proud of. Thousands of children, and adults as well, live a life of poverty, loneliness, and destitution because of a deformity, a cleft lip and/or palate, that can literally be repaired in a matter of hours.
The children in Guatemala have no one to ever step in. If they don't have the money, they do not receive services in any way, shape, or form. And without us, they spend a life of being ostracized from society. They spend a life of not being allowed to go to school, which then in turn doesn't allow them to have a job or a marriage or a family. They basically live in hibernation for the rest of their life.
Little Josue and his mother, grandmother, and sister traveled from a remote village 12 hours away in hopes of changing not only his world, but theirs as well.
There's not one reason why cleft lips and palates happen. Some is genetics, some is environmental exposure, some is nutrition. The mothers are all malnourished. They're all exposed to an unknown quantity of herbicides, pesticides. In the groundwater is all contaminated. There's not a pure source of drinking water here in the country that I know of.
Today, Josue is able to play and laugh with his sister. He's a cute kid with lots of potential. But without surgery, his future isn't so bright. Sometimes patients are turned away. They're malnourished and aren't strong enough for surgery. But not Josue. His life is just about to change for the better, thanks to the many volunteers and donors who made this Free to Smile trip possible.
One thing we want to make sure of is that there's enough posterior length of this nasal floor. So that's not real short, so you just can't stick something directly in there. I actually want to get the depth, same depth we have on the other side as well.
In less than an hour, the final stitch is made, and the two parts of the lip come together perfectly. The team is precise, and the final product is nothing less than extraordinary. Josue will wake soon to a sunny future, as well as a better-looking smile. Josue is already 6 years old, but today, his life begins anew, and all of the village is awaiting his arrival. Josue and his family live in this house with no running water, no indoor plumbing or electricity. Free to Smile's co-founder, Byron Henry, with the help and support of his wife Stacy, started the foundation in hopes of helping the poorest of the poor.
I always knew that I loved the cleft kids, and once you begin to do this surgery, it becomes very empowering, I think, to see what these kids are up against and then how you can change their lives by doing this surgery, and it's dramatically changed their lives.
Josue is just one of many lives changed while in Guatemala. This team of dedicated surgeons, staff, and administrative folks treated 56 patients in just 5 days.
It's been the most phenomenal experience, life-changing experience. It's been unbelievable what I've done since I've been here.
All members of the mission team pay their own airfare and associated costs. They work hard, but all agree it's well worth the effort. And the idea behind Free to Smile is much bigger than just a mission or two. Volunteers are dedicated to making a concerted effort in empowering local communities by training the local doctors, employing the local staff, and treating the many impoverished children in true need. They do this necessary work in Asia, Central, and South America.
In Cambodia, our primary purpose there is to train surgeons, whereas here in Guatemala, we're hoping to eventually make contacts and establish a training protocol here for several people, and to be able to, at some point, to say we've done our work here. We've trained enough people now they can treat their poor is the ultimate goal. Very tough thing to do, but ultimate goal.
And one worth pursuing. With so many people in need of treatment, the more qualified surgeons, the more children who will be given a second chance at a happy, productive life.
They would be able to be married, they would be able to have a family.
The same simple things many of us pursue: a career, a family, a life worth living. And Free to Smile is dedicated to helping people in some of the most impoverished areas realize their dreams. Without paid employees, FTS is able to use the great majority of donations to help the kids who need it the most. In 2009, 96% of contributions went directly to patient care.
The money that is received to Free to Smile goes directly to children. It does not go for overhead cost, and it doesn't employ anyone. It simply goes to helping children, and that's a pretty special thing about the Free to Smile Foundation.
A special thing that brightens the smiles of the many recipients of this gift, the gift of a new smile. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Mahatma Gandhi.